All right, good morning and welcome back to our channel, Princess Sit. We're still in the night of October. I keep saying September. We're still in the month of October, all right, and it's the night of October 2025. And we have on the platform once again this morning the voice of Madam Ngozi Israel, who has encouraged everyone to remain calm and also composed, reassuring that nothing has gone wrong regarding this long-awaited disbursement. She clearly stated that people should pray for her boss, which is our Oga, and that when the time comes, she would personally reveal her true identity. She congratulated every expectant beneficiaries and emphasized that there is no need to panic, no need to lose faith, and that the alert would speak very soon. You know, these words also sound a bit comforting, and truly they were meant to calm the tension that has been building among subscribers in recent times and also the stakeholders. However, beyond the surface, there is a deeper side to this conversation that deserves a careful and a honest reflection. I'm going to just allow you to listen to that. Then I'm going to say my own version of this particular V-note and what it means going forward. So, Madam Ngozi Israel, your time now.
Good morning, my people. Good morning, positive-minded people. Good morning once again. I love you all. I love you all. You are all wonderful people. You are all wonderful people. Just a quick one to encourage our heart. I just want you to be calm. Be calm and relax. Nothing have spoiled. The only thing I will say that continue to pray for our Oga. Yes, my Oga. You may not know his name. Say, God, Madam Ngozi Israel Oga. Keep him, protect him, keep him. That's the only thing I will say. When they start disbursement, I will tell you people who he is and the position he occupies. But for now, all he needs is our prayers. Nothing has spoiled. Everything is still in order. Disbursement we will get by the grace of God. So I just want to encourage your hearts, because a lot of calls telling me come and talk. I say, but the voice note to full platform. At least this morning, if I never hear voice note, I have heard 3 or 4 voice notes. Is it not enough for you people? They say no. It's my voice they want to hear. So please be calm. Everything is in order. Let alert speak to confirm everything. I don't want to say this week, tomorrow, next tomorrow. Let alert confirm it to us. That's all I will say. Congratulations. Have I said congratulations before? Congratulations. Keep faith. Focus. God will bless us. Ngozi Israel remains my name. Bye for now.
All right. Thank you very much, Madam Ngozi Israel, for that word of encouragement coming at a time like this when the ecosystem is tensed up. A lot of voices in the air, a lot of bass balls hitting each other, and we know that in every situation where people's expectations are so high, especially when it involves money and promises, and also waiting. We can't say waiting is not part of the deal. When it involves waiting, when it involves money, when it involves promises, you can definitely have emotions running wild. Because a lot of people have waited for years, so many years right now, holding on to faith, trusting the words of the leaders, the coordinators, and the spokespeople, So when Ngozi Israel says that we should relax and be calm, she is not wrong. Yeah, at first she's not wrong, because panic and frustration do not solve problems. In fact, they make things worse. If we have to say the real fact, panic and frustration actually doubles the problem. And a community that is already angry and divided can easily become confused and misled. So there is a way that calmness allows people to reason very clearly. Yes, to avoid being deceived by false voices, and to also stay united for when the truth finally comes out. So there is a need for calmness. Now, it's like being in a storm. For instance, being in a storm, if everyone on the ship starts screaming, nobody will hear the captain's command. You can't. But if the people stay calm, they can equally follow directions and also find safety in the words of the captain. Now, in that sense, Ngozi's Israel's call for calmness is necessary and is also wise. Then she further called for prayers, which is on the spiritual side for her boss. She mentioned that everyone should pray for her Oga, meaning that there is someone in charge and that is above her who is playing a key role in this disbursement profile. And this statement carries a lot of spiritual meaning and also practical influence. Now, from the spiritual angle, prayer actually means trusting in the divine timing of God. It is also a reminder that no human being can succeed without God's mercies. So it helps to lift and to shift the focus from complaining to interceding for the boss, asking God to perfect what he has started right from the boss's side. You understand? From the practical angle, asking for prayer could also mean that something deeper is happening on the inside, and that there might be some challenges behind the scenes, and she needs prayers. You understand? Maybe the person she refers to as Oga is facing some pressure, some policy issues, or some political resistances, which is unknown to us, but is known to her, and the boss is aware, and she can't tell that to the community. So instead of shouting or spreading panic, she's rather urging us to back that person up in prayers and not in attack. Now, it's a powerful message, but it must not be used as a way to cover confusion or silence accountability, because prayer does not replace transparency. Prayer does not in any way replace the transparency that we should have on the inside. If people are being asked to pray, I think they also deserve to be informed, and that's the balance. The Bible says we shouldn't pray amiss. So if we must pray on target and on purpose, we must know what we are praying for. Now, one thing again she mentioned was that nothing has spoiled, which is where we need to look closely also. Say nothing has spoiled, and that is a kind of defensive mechanism. Nothing has spoiled. It has become some common statement in these discussions and recent times, which means that everything is still intact, that whatsoever process is ongoing, it has not been cancelled, it has not been lost. Yes, it's good to hear such an assurance, but it must also be backed with some visible evidence. People have had nothing has spoiled a lot of times before now. Libo said it this morning. What's it called? Pastor Donald said it a couple of days ago. Nothing has spoiled, many times, and yet days are passing, weeks are passing. The same words that once gave hope to people begin to sound now like a defensive statement, and as if they are being used to keep people calm without showing us the result behind. Nothing has spoiled. Now, in truth, words of reassurance are powerful, especially when they are matched with actions. But when they become repetitive without proof, people start to lose confidence also in that same word. Nothing has spoiled is a good word and is an encouraging word. But we don't just want to hear that in the speaker, but in the entire system. So while we appreciate Ngozi Israel for speaking up right now, that the statement also needs some clarity and some progress report or progress updates to maintain a level of trust in the ecosystem. Nothing has spoiled. That should not become a slogan to silence people's questions. I see that as a statement that should should be a declaration that is followed by evidence, something tangible that makes people to truly believe that the process is still on track. Now, going forward, her statement that let the alert speak also is actually very profound. Yes, that's what everybody wants right now. It means that no amount of talking or defending can replace the power of result, of course. And when the alert finally drops, all the noise, all the rumors, all the arguments, everything will stop. And this shows that she understands that action is louder than words. The people are not just asking for long explanations. They are simply, they want to know, to see the proof that what they were promised is actually real. We must also ask that question: if she is so confident that the alert will speak soon, what's holding it back? What is holding it back? What are the unseen factors that is delaying this disbursement process? Who exactly is responsible for pressing this button when it is time? Now, these are not questions of doubt. To me, they are not questions of doubt. They are not questions that shouldn't be asked, because they are questions of accountability. And the more open and honest the communication becomes, the more peaceful and united the community also would be. Then silence and secrecy in the ecosystem has a way it builds suspicion and lack of trust. But clear communication, even when things are slow, there is a way it keeps hope alive and also prevents chaos. We've seen chaos in this ecosystem. We've seen chaos. Then she equally mentioned that she will reveal who the boss is when disbursement begins. Now, this a little bit raises some concerns and questions. Why do you have to wait until disbursement begins before you reveal the boss? If these intentions are actually pure, why not bring transparency now? Why don't you let it be now? This kind of secrecies can be seen in two ways. The kind of secrecy that we see coming from this organ can actually be perceived in two ways. One, it could mean that Ngozi Israel is under instructions not to speak publicly yet, which could be part of a larger operational plan anyway. Then secondly, it may also mean that she's protecting herself from some unnecessary attention and attacks until things are finally completed. Both are quite understandable. But again, it also brings us back to trust. People don't just build trust on mysteries. They don't. They build trust on clarity, not mystery, on clarity. At some point, the disciples of Christ were confused. Why do you have to speak to the people in parables, but you will come to us and speak to us in clarity? Why? Don't the people also deserve that? But you know the response of Christ? He said, yes, to the world, they will hear me in parables. They will hear, but they will not understand what I'm saying, because I'm speaking to them in parables so that they will not be saved. Because you can't get clear understanding and not be saved. He said, but to you, it is given to understand the mysteries of the kingdom, because salvation belongs to you. I don't know whether I'm making sense. Jesus Christ will come clear to his own disciples, but to the world, to every other person, he will speak to them in parables. They will hear the parables, but they won't understand, so that they won't be saved. Did you see? So why is there no clarity in all of this? If she wants the people to believe and pray, she must also give them reasons to trust her words. Even a small verified detail can go a long way in restoring faith in this ecosystem. And at this stage, the people need two key virtues, and that is patience and discernment. First, the patience to wait for God's appointed time and the practical completion of this process. Then the discernment to know who is truly speaking the truth and who is just trying to manipulate emotions in this ecosystem. While we are waiting, we must avoid insult. We must avoid divisions. We must avoid anger. We don't have to play with those things. But we also must not be silent when things seem unclear. So asking questions respectfully is not rebellion. It's just responsibility. The truth, the true spirit of unity is not blind loyalty. It's mature cooperation, but it's built on truth and understanding. And people have to understand that. So if we must be honest, too many voices have spoken in this whole grand matter and in recent times. Some are contradictory, some are confusing. And what's needed now is one coordinated voice, a trusted spokesperson or committee that gives verified updates. We need that in this ecosystem. We need that. The statement of Ngozi's rare should come with structure. What exactly is happening? What stage are we in? What should the people expect next? What going forward? And most importantly, when can we see real proof and evidence? This will reduce rumors, and the emotional outburst that we see, the false hope that we see, it will get clarity. Communication is not just about calming people down. It's about you building the confidence of the people with truth. Yes. Now, I'm ending this right now. The message of Ngozi Israel carries both encouragement and also a lesson. Her tones shows some level of leadership, but I see that leadership must also grow beyond words into action. Indeed, nothing has spoiled, but for the statement to really hold meaning and hold a lot of ground, those in charge need to act with urgency. They need to act with truth and compassion. The people have waited too long enough. They've waited, they've believed on, they've prayed on, they've hoped on. So when the alert finally speaks, it should not only confirm the promise, it should also restore the lost trust and also show that God truly keeps his word through those who walk with him with integrity and uprightness. Until then, let us remain calm but not blind. Let us remain very hopeful but not gullible. We must remain so prayerful but also watchful, because true faith is not just waiting, it is waiting with understanding. This is Princess City. In case this resonates deep with you, do share it to some other process. It's my submission, clear submission concerning Ngozi's Israel's message. Though short, but I had to expand on this for our ultimate knowledge. Thank you very much, and it's a wonderful Thursday. God bless you and have a nice time. Bye for now.